what's inside it, right?
Yeah, just eat it.
Amen. You're going to transition and you're going to be strong about it. Amen. Our God is moving, and our God is a moving God. And if you're going to walk, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready to move. Because you can't stay still. Amen. It's like going to lay out by the pool, and you get up to go maybe into the pool, and the cement is so hot, hotter than you expected. So you got to run to the pool, and by the time you get in, the bottom of your feet are already burned.
Yep.
Because you were not ready for that, right? We're not prepared. So he's telling us, that's why we entitled it, What is it? Amen. Everybody, you're all asking.
What is it?
So let's go to the book of Exodus, chapter 16. See, he's moving. And many times you don't even know he's moving because you're not accustomed to him moving that way. Amen? So in Exodus 16, let's look at verse 15. Amplified Bible says, when the Israelites saw it, they said one to another, manna? What is it? There it is. For they did not know what it was. And Moses said to them, this is the bread which the Lord has given you to eat, and this is what the Lord has commanded. Let every man gather of it as much as he needs, and more for each person according to the number of persons. Take it every man for those in his tent. And the people did so and gathered, some more and some less. And when they measured it with an omar, he gathered much and had nothing over, and he who gathered little had no lack, and each gathered according to his need. And Moses said, let none of it be left until the morning. Amen? So what was it? The manna was called, what is it? Isn't that interesting?
Amen, yes.
And yet he told them to collect it according, right, as you need. Okay, let's really focus on this.
Yes.
I might need $10,000 to survive monthly. You might only need 3, but you're trying to get my 10, but you don't even know how to manage your 3. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So he's saying only get what you need, right?
Yes.
But we're trying to get more. And then he says, make sure you eat it, because on a daily basis you go. Because if you don't eat it today, it's going to get rotten.
Yes, that's right.
Right?
Yes.
So it's like going to an event and there's food left over. You know, they always say, oh, let me pack it, right? I always say, don't really pack me much. It's just me. And I'm not really big on leftovers. So really don't like taking things home because I know I'm not going to eat it. And then it's going to go bad and somebody else could eat it, right? And yet people will still take, knowing they're not going to eat it, just because, if you speak Spanish, it's called mañoso, right? They don't care, they know they're not going to eat it, but they just want to have it. So then their refrigerator smells because it stays there. They even forgot that it was there. And this is God really speaking. This is a powerful teaching, because he's telling you, number one, you don't even know what it is, because this manna that I'm giving you doesn't look like, doesn't smell like, don't taste like anything I've given you before. Right? But only take according to what you need. Amen? And I'll give it to you daily. And that's another thing. We're not accustomed to being taken care of daily. Because if you don't have it saved, you panic. Yeah. If you don't have extra, you wait out. You're not accustomed to going to bed with nothing and waking up knowing that he's going to provide. But he's saying that's the hour we're in.
Amen.
Amen. It's a new day. It's a new way. Amen. Yeah, it's going to be completely different. So really, I wrote in my notes, it's a supernatural movement that we're in. Amen.
Amen.
And I wrote in my notes, on this teaching, you're getting ready to move to another level and another dimension.
Yes.
What was the word that he gave us? That prophetic word that came forth, he said, another level.
Yes, another level.
So, we're so accustomed to being here, and now today he bumped us up, right?
Yes.
It's like when you work out on the treadmill, right? And you're at level 3, and now your trainer says we're going to level 5 today.
Yeah.
And you're like, I just mastered 3, and we're going to skip on and go to 5? But you're ready for it. And now my legs are burning, but they have to burn in order to develop muscle, right? But we got comfortable at 3, right? It's like I tell people that walk. This is how they walk, right? I walked 5 miles. Well, be blessed, girl. You didn't even drink. Should just stay home. To me, it's crazy to do something that doesn't produce, right? It happens all the time. I've been working out, but did you break a sweat? Do you have muscles? Is there results? Don't tell me you've been going to the gym for 10 years, because you have. And I don't care if you make excuses. Well, you don't understand. I got sick and I took breaks. But the point is, if I've been going for years, I have muscles that remain. And I just build on them, right? So obviously you've been going in circles around the same tree, and no fruit has produced, and nothing has changed, and you're telling me you're getting married, you're telling me you're getting ready, you're telling me you even bought the dress. That's wonderful. You're doing the little simple things, right? But what if he tells you, look, you already know who he is, and he's not going to tell you, so you're going to have to call him up, or you're going to have to take him to coffee, you're just going to have to say, hey, let's just meet him for the sake of let's just talk. Why don't we just get this show on the road? I lost you all.
You know what I know, but nobody wants to say it.
Right? Yeah.
Amen. Yeah.
You know it, I know it. I know that's why you come around. Right? Come on. Yes. So, somebody has to speak up, because the way Moses did it was he took them through the wilderness, and they murmured and complained, and then Joshua comes in and says, look, I know you guys are all used to him running the show, but I'm the new boss, and on my watch, you complain, get to the back of the line, because I don't want to hear you. Make sense? Right? Yeah. It's going to be so different. It's not what you're accustomed to. It's not what you're comfortable with. It's like my little friend there that was upset with me, got mad at me, and left on me. Got it. She didn't want to hear it anymore. But I couldn't stop telling her what I knew was real, right? And I didn't even feel bad when I was getting in my car. I just thought, well, I pray she gets it. And this is what I prayed. I said, Lord, I have needs, but I'm putting her first. Take care of her, man. This teaching is in me. So I can hang till it produces, right?
Yeah.
But I know by the Spirit that I irritated her. So please, Father, move on her behalf. Okay, so what happens as soon as I get home? The phone rings and it's her name, and I'm like, I don't want to answer it. Because she's probably going to say she's sorry for leaving me there. But the whole point is I had to answer. When I asked you, I just called to tell you that you were right, that somebody just zelled me all kinds of money, and they've never zelled me, and it's a lot of money, and my need is met. And I have left over. She didn't send me none though. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That fast it happened. But she didn't want to hear it.
That's right.
Right?
Yes.
Because it was not what she's accustomed to. She's accustomed to telling people her problems and they give her money. She's used to calling up people and they help her. And God is saying that ain't going to work no more. No. Listen. Either we walk by faith or we don't. Either we live this life or we don't. Amen? Either we're saved or we're not. Look.
That's right.
Salvation is not only for winter. We gotta be saved with bikini season. We gotta be saved with.
It's snowing.
Yes. Have you noticed that people take breaks from Jesus? They do. They're crazy. I hope you're all watching me and don't get mad. You're taking a break because, oh, you don't understand, I'm young. Hello, I was young at once too. You don't understand what do you mean I don't understand? How could I not understand? I've already been there, done that. And I'm telling you, it's not going to work.
That's right.
You got to just stay consistent. You have to look.
He likes that.
Right when you're about to be blessed is when people wake up.
That's right.
You know why I know? Because when you're 10 centimeters is when the baby comes out. And that's when you say, I can't do it no more. And he says, I know. The head is there. Right? Right?
Yep.
Yes?
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
You have to tell yourself, look, this is what we're going to do. I live where I live now, there's stairs. I go to the market. I live by myself. I tell myself when I'm driving home, Rebekah, you know everything in that trunk? You're going to have to bring it in. You are. You. So I psych myself out. The minute I pull up, I already know what I'm taking first because that whole drive, right? I bring it up. Before you know it, it's all up there. Right? I have to tell myself.
Yep.
I've got to follow through with what needs. I cannot tell you my groceries are still there, guys, from Thursday. Because
I'm waiting for somebody to
I'm hoping somebody will carry them in. They're too heavy, right? No, I gotta do this. I don't care how I do it. I gotta do it, right? Just because I live in a complex where nobody dresses up, I already found out. It has been, whew, I've only been doing there a month. Every time I come up, woo, where are you going? Are you on a date? What's going on? Why are you wearing that? I got to a point where I just go, hey, and I run to my car. I don't want to stop and tell people where I bought my stuff. I don't want to tell them why I look like this. Now this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to say, hey, get used to it. This is how I look Monday through Sunday. Get used to it.
7 days a week.
This is me. And they're dead serious. There hasn't been one day that I've walked up somebody has stopped me. And I'm like, what is going on? Right? So just get used to it. Get used to it. Get used
Get
to
over
it. It's that, sorry, I'm going nowhere to the market. I'm going to sit by the pool. That's it. Right? Get used to it. Because I'm in a new territory. They're not accustomed.
That's right.
But it doesn't mean I'm going to change.
That's right.
I'm not going to fit in. I'm not the norm.
That's right.
And I don't want to be.
That's right.
I'll bring them all up before I go down.
That's right.
Come on.
That's right.
Right? That's what we're supposed to do. If Joshua's coming in and saying, I know you're used to complaining. I know you're used to being without. I know you're used to the trials. But I'm not used to that.